Hey, so what up guys, Matt here with Droid Tech, back and giving another video for you guys, and today I got something really special, and a big thanks to Starwheels for giving me a review unit. So the Starwheels Robin is actually a new model that is just introduced by Starwheels, I think about a week ago or so. It's still under pre-order status. So this is targeted at beginner scooter riders, I should say. Like if you're just starting out, you just want to try scooters and see whether it's your thing. Well, this scooter is really targeted at that market, and I think the price that it comes in at 3,499 is not too bad for a brand new scooter. I mean, you can get a lot of second-hand ones, but of course reliability is an issue. But Starwheels, they guarantee you spare parts and after-sales service, so you do not have to worry about it if it breaks down. Their warranty is also pretty good, and I've actually tested their warranty out. So before I talk about all the features and also the specs of this new scooter, a sub to the channel will be greatly appreciated, and also ding that notification bell so you can get notified on the latest content which I post. So without further ado, let's get right into the review of the Starwheels Robin. So at the end of this video, I'm going to be showing you some Robin riding footage with my Insta 360 Go, so you can get a POV footage of how the riding experience is. But of course, nothing like trying it by yourself, so definitely do head over to the Starwheels showroom to test it out and get a hands-on this brand new scooter. So a little bit background about this scooter is that this is actually an entry-level scooter in terms of, I should say, their pro range. If you have seen my review of the Demon, the Mega, the Mini X, I think this sits right at the bottom of the pro level scooters, which is good in a sense because the other scooters have a pretty hefty price tag. Not gonna lie, I mean the Demon is costing about 8,000 ringgit to 9,000 ringgit, so that's a very big amount for many people. So those people who want to try out scooters for the first time, this is actually a really good price at 3,499 ringgit. I forgot to mention it's in ringgit. Overall, I think after using this scooter for a couple of days, I think this scooter is pretty good. But of course, I'll be talking about some drawbacks later on. Alright, so let me give you all the specs of this scooter right now. So this motor has a peak power of 1,200 watts. But of course, definitely not going to be getting 1,200 watts. There can be some tuning done with the control unit and so on and so forth, but of course, it's not recommended. If you do want to tune it, definitely head over to Starwheels and ask them to tune it up for you. So the product weight is not too heavy. It's not too heavy. It's not like the Demon or the Mini X. Those weigh a pretty hefty amount. So product weight is only 23 kg, which is not too bad considering the size. And I really do love this colorway though. So this colorway is only for the first 20 units, but they are definitely going to do some changes to this scooter overall because this is actually so-called a prototype. Alright, so the top speed of this scooter, I mean, with my weight, was about 40 kilometers per hour. I mean, it's not really the greatest and the fastest scooter around, but considering my weight, I weigh 97 kg, and this scooter payload is only 130 kg, and I think it's already pretty good that you can achieve almost the maximum speed. But of course, if you do want a little bit more torque, you should go for the Mini X. I would recommend the Mini X if you're weighing my weight because I'm 97 kg, and I think this scooter is having trouble pulling my weight, especially when you're going up steep hills. So the max distance on this scooter for one full charge is about 40-50 kilometers. Of course, the distance, the range you're getting on this scooter per charge depends on what speed you're riding and what kind of incline, whether it's going downhill, whether it's going uphill or on a flat road, so it totally depends. So this is also waterproof at IP55, so I wouldn't say waterproof, it should be splash resistant. Alright, so let's go through the features of this scooter. So on the front and rear, you get 10-inch tubeless tires, so you do have to feel air, you can see right there. And on the back, 10-inch tubeless tires. These are sort of off-road tires. I myself prefer semi-slick tires, something like the Demon and the Mega, which I use. I think those have nicer grip on dry roads, but this has an overall balanced grip, I should say. So on the front here, on the stem, you get the Robin branding, or the model, I should say. So just a disclaimer, all you're seeing here is just a prototype. They'll be definitely changing the mounting here, I mean the locking mechanism, that's what I heard. And then this color as well, you're probably not going to be getting the same colorway, but I do love this colorway. If you can get your hands on the first 20 units, do get it. If you're a fan of orange, I mean. Alright, so This right here is actually the locking mechanism, so you do have to tighten it in order to prevent the stem from collapsing. So they do not have a locking mechanism for the stem right now. So if you are traveling, you might want to keep it lying down flat or something like that, so you wouldn't have the stem just vibrating and rattling around behind. Okay, so on the front, you get the LED headlamp, which is pretty bright. Let me give you an example. So, I mean, this is a pretty bright lit room, and it is pretty bright overall. So you also get a horn. Alright, so this is the C-shaped suspension, as in the specs. So it's a C-shape. This is a new design. Pretty stiff, not so much of comfort, but more of handling, I should say. And then on the front, you get pretty large disc brakes, but of course, you're looking at the entry-level scooter, so you don't expect hydraulic disc brakes. This is cable disc brakes. But trust me, it's more than adequate to stop the scooter because it's not that fast after all. So I think the brakes are suitable because the previous Mini was also using cable disc brakes. Alright, so let's take a look around the sides. So let me turn on the lights and give you a look at this LED strip right here. So you can see this doesn't change color. It's a single color, it's in red, but it does change, cycle through the modes. You can see right here. You have a kickstand as well. This deck is pretty good. I should say not the best deck, not the widest deck, but it is nice. I mean, it feels good. It has enough width for even my legs as well because my feet are pretty big. So you can see right here. Let's look at the back. Well, let me show you the brake lights. You can see the brake lights. I wish they actually flash when you turn on the lights, but no, they don't. So you can see the rear disc brakes and the rear suspension as well, which is similar to the front, but not really a C-shaped design, but it's nice. I like this mud flap here. I think this is a better mud flap than the one that is mounted on the board itself, like on the Demon and on the Mega. I think this mud flap looks better as well. Looks more sporty. So on the right side, you can see the same LED strip. That's about it for the hardware. Let's look at the electronics now. Alright, so on the handlebar, you get this pretty nice and wide handlebar. I do like this handlebar. I think this is a better handlebar compared to the one on the previous Demon and the Mega. I think this one has a much better grip because it is much longer as well. But however, there's a disadvantage similar to the Mini X, which I reviewed before. This is not adjustable. I mean, the height of this is not adjustable. And I find that for me, because I'm tall, I find that the center of gravity of this handlebar is a bit too low. So that's just my opinion. I wish they made it a little bit taller or made it at least slightly adjustable. But however, this is more sturdy than the previous design. I mean, the folding mechanism. Yes, you don't get folding handlebars as well, but overall, this is way more sturdy, and I think this will last better in the long run. Alright, so let's take a look at these brakes. So you can see they are pretty long. I mean, my hands are pretty big. Okay, let me show you right here. My hands are pretty big and I can still grip it, no problems at all. Alright, let's take a look at the buttons. So right here, you can see this is a button for the horn. And this is a button for the light. So you can see as what I pressed just now and showed you guys. So there's also a new controller with this unit. So I think this screen looks a lot better. I wish the older models had this screen. It's really clear and really nice. Let me show you right here. So this powers on, you just have to click it once. You can see, very nice animation. Makes it feel like more sophisticated and more modern. So you can see it always starts on eco mode. So you can change the mode by pressing this plus button. You can see, you can go down. You can see eco, standard and turbo. I myself use it on turbo because of my weight. I think turbo is already struggling to pull my weight. You can hear the motors like whining and so on and so forth, but it does manage to pull me and achieve the top speed of around 40 to 41 kilometers per hour, which is not too bad. So basically this screen is much clearer, much better and brighter as well. So you can see on top here you get your battery bars, you get your speed you're on, which is, I like this plus and minus because it's much easier to change the speed. You can see your speed you're going at, and then the distance and your average speed. So and the trip meter as well. So it's not too bad. I mean, overall this screen is quite informative. Alright, so how you accelerate is very different from the previous models. It's no more like the small throttle control that you press right here. But now it's, however, it's something like if you know the star speed, if you have seen the star speed, it's something like another design of throttle. So you can see right here, yeah, you can see the scooter moving. Pretty torquey at number 3, of course. Okay guys, so before I finish this video, I need to show you where to charge this. So right here is a charging port. This is a single charging port. You can see it's not like the other higher end scooters, but I mean, this does the job. Most likely you'll be charging this overnight or a couple of hours. Don't expect to get a full charge from 1 hour of charging this scooter. I mean, this battery is pretty big, so you do want to charge it overnight, or if you're riding this to the office, definitely you just leave it to charge, and by the end of your working day, this should be more than fully charged. It takes about 4 hours, I guess, to charge. I've never actually counted the time, but it should be around the ballpark of 4 to 5 hours. Alright, so this wraps up my review of the Starwheels Robin. Overall, I think this scooter is really value for money. Of course, if you consider the drawbacks, and if you're my weight, definitely I suggest you getting a higher end model. But if you're below 80 kgs, I think this scooter will be the perfect companion, because I think it has enough torque and enough speed. I mean, generally enough speed for day-to-day use, because the other higher end models like the Mega and the Demon, those are really torquey, and not many people can get used to it that quickly. But this is a very nice learning curve, actually very easy learning curve. But of course, you do have to consider there's only one motor at the rear, so you don't expect the amount of torque as compared to the other higher end models with double motors or dual motors. But this overall, if you're riding for leisure around your area, your garden, this will definitely work really well. That wraps up my review. I hope you guys like this video. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the riding footage which I have. I mean, I didn't really have much time, because even now the reason I'm shooting in these conditions is because it's heavy rain is pouring outside, and yeah, so I had to get my review done by today. So anyway, this wraps up my review. I hope you guys like it. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up and show this channel some love by subscribing. So that's all for this video guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video.